Hey friends, welcome back to Range of Reality. I'm Jody Salerno, and today's episode is a good one. Why? Because we're talking about home. That space you sleep in, laugh in, raise your kids in. The place you assume is your safest sanctuary. But I'm going to challenge that assumption, and not to scare you, but to empower you. Before I begin this episode, I'd like to tell you about my sponsor. It's my sponsors that allow me to do this podcast, so please support them. If you ever have to defend yourself, the fight doesn't end when the threat is gone. Legal trouble, court cost, lost wages, it all adds up fast. And that's where the United States Concealed Carry Association comes in. They provide award-winning self-defense training and education, but more than that, they've secured liability insurance for their members that helps cover bail, legal fees, and other critical costs after an incident. So if you care about protecting what matters, visit usconcealedcarry.com and see why peace of mind is part of being prepared. Let's start with this stat. According to the U.S. Department of Justice, a significant portion of all violent crimes happen inside the victim's own home. That includes assaults, burglaries, and terrifyingly, sexual violence. And for women, it's even more grim. About 80% of sexual assaults happen in our own homes. So let that sink in. So if you've ever thought, I'm home, I'm safe, I hear you, but it's time we level up that sense of safety from assumed to intentional. So let's get into it. Let's think like a criminal, because awareness is step one. This is uncomfortable but necessary. To keep a criminal out, you've got to think like one. Let's walk through their mindset. Picture a man casing a neighborhood at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, a time when many people are still at work or picking up their kids from school. He's not wearing a ski mask. He looks like a delivery guy or a contractor. He's not looking for drama. He's looking for ease. He wants the path of least resistance. Criminals often scope routines. They notice if your car is always gone from 8 to 5. They watch for patterns. Is your porch stacked with Amazon boxes? And they seek cover. Are there shadows or hedges near doors and windows? Say you're home alone working remotely. You hear the doorbell, but you weren't expecting anyone. You peek and see someone in a utility vest. Do you open the door? If you've listened to this episode, the answer is no, and that could save your life. Homes advertise their vulnerability. They don't mean to, but they do. So let's talk about red flags burglars love. No cameras or visible deterrents. A University of North Carolina study showed that 60% of burglars would skip a home with a security system. Overgrown bushes. These create hidden spots near windows or entryways. No motion lighting. Darkness is an ally to intruders. And routine patterns. Predictability makes scheduling a break-in easy. The FBI reports over 1 million burglaries a year in the United States, and in 57% of them, the offender entered through a forced door or window, often within seconds. So tonight when it's dark, walk your home's exterior. Take a piece of paper and a pen, and take your phone for the light, and ask, could I hide here without being seen? If I was trying to break in, where would I start? Is it obvious when I'm not home? Let's say you've got a window air conditioning unit. Seems harmless, right? Except burglars love them. They're easy to pop out, and that's a main entry point. Add a bracket or reinforce the frame. This one simple change equals big security upgrade. Ask a friend to do a sneak challenge. You'll be shocked at where they got close without being noticed. And let's be honest, a lot of us have no idea who might still have a key to our home or who may have made copies of them. Old roommates, ex-boyfriends, that contractor from 2 years ago, that hidden rock in the garden, yeah, criminals know to check there. That's why smart locks are such a game changer. They give you full control and take guesswork out of your home security. Some even notify you when the door was left ajar. Some key benefits: remote lock, unlock. You left the house in a rush, lock your door from your phone. They're time-based access. Set up temporary codes that only work during certain hours or days. They're perfect for babysitters, dog walkers, or Airbnb guests. They keep activity logs. They know exactly who entered, when, and how. There's no more lost keys. Your phone is your key. If someone loses access, you delete the code instantly. And make sure it integrates with your smart home system. Tie your lock into your lights, cameras, or alarm system. A woman in San Diego reached out to tell me about her ex who refused to give back his copy of her house key after they broke up. She didn't feel like changing the locks until one night she came home and noticed things were all moved around. He didn't steal anything, but it said to her, "I was here and I still have access." She installed a smart lock the next day and set a personal code just for herself and changes it weekly. The feeling of control is immediate. Total peace of mind. One of my listeners had a dog walker who stopped showing up but still had a spare key. Instead of rekeying the door, which costs around $100 a lock, she installed a smart lock with a touchscreen keypad. Now when she hires help, she assigns them a personal code. When the job ends, she deletes it. No drama, no risk, total control. And here's a personal one. I was already in bed one night when I realized I might have left the back door unlocked. I opened my phone, I checked the lock status, and hit lock. Done. Smart locks aren't just about technology. They're about mental freedom, peace of mind you can control. 23% of burglars enter through the first floor window. They're beautiful, right? They let in the sunlight. They let you watch the rain. But for burglars, windows are like invitations, especially if they're street level. Now ask yourself, have you ever cracked a window at night for a breeze and forgotten to close it? Or left one unlocked after cleaning? It happens more than you think. A woman in Houston left her back kitchen window cracked about 3 inches during a hot night, just to let the air in. It was tucked behind a fence with overgrown bushes. Perfect cover. She woke up to a man trying to get in. Nothing else mattered in that moment. Not her alarm, not her phone. She had given him the opportunity he needed. After that, she didn't just close her windows, she secures them. And now she shares her story so that you don't have to learn the hard way. So here's how to secure your windows. For under $15, pin locks and sash stops can physically block the window from opening past a certain point. You can even leave it cracked for air, safely. They're easy to install with just a screwdriver. Think of security film like an invisible shield. It doesn't prevent break-ins, but it slows intruders way down. When a burglar hits glass and it doesn't shatter right away, that's hesitation. Hesitation gets you time, and time can save your life. Ever walk your neighborhood at night and see straight into someone's living room? Yeah, burglars do that too. This is where privacy film or blackout curtains come in. If they can see the layout, the valuables, or that you're watching TV alone, that's a target. Close the blinds or use frosted privacy film to blur the view without losing natural light. And window sensors. These little devices chime every time a window opens. It's subtle, but effective. Someone tries to open your window while you're cooking, you hear it. Your kid forgets to lock theirs at night, you'll know. They also work seamlessly with most smart home systems. There's this myth that the second story windows are too much effort for burglars. Not true. An intruder can use a lattice on the side of a house like a ladder or garbage cans to step up upon. Moral of the story, every window is a door to someone who wants in badly enough. And people know how to distract. A student told me a story about a guy who tapped on a woman's bedroom window around 11 p.m. She assumed it was a tree branch hitting the window. She turned on the light and walked towards it. What she didn't know is that he was using it as a distraction to draw her to the front of the house while someone else was breaking in through the back. Fortunately, her neighbor saw it happening and called the cops in time. But you get the point. Windows are entry points and visibility points. Treat them that way. Even if you can't afford a full alarm system or window bars, just stack the friction. Lock it, pin it, film it, cover it, monitor it. Make every window a hassle, not an imitation. Your front door is your first line of defense, and often your weakest. In nearly 34% of burglaries, the front door is the entry point. A woman in Denver had just moved in. She assumed the locks were solid, but her deadbolt was only secured by half-inch screws. One kick, the door frame splintered. She was robbed while her kids slept. You want to use solid wood or steel doors. Replace the strike plates with reinforced steel. Install 3-inch screws in the frame. Short ones rip out fast. And use 1-inch deadbolts and double cylinders if there's glass nearby. And let's talk about other entry points. Most people treat their garage like an oversized closet, but in the eyes of a criminal, it's a hallway that leads directly into their home. Most people forget if a burglar gets in your garage, they're halfway home. So let's break down why garages, pet doors, and sliding glass doors are three of the most exploited weak spots and how to shut them down without overhauling your whole house. Lock the garage interior door every night. Use a zip tie to disable the emergency release cord. Add a bar to sliding doors. Dowels work wonders. And use smart plugs to make it look like someone's home. You might think the garage door is down, I'm good. But if your interior man door isn't locked, a criminal who gets into your garage has full private access to the rest of your home, out of view. The Bureau of Justice reports that 9% of break-ins begin in garages, and it's increasing with smart garage devices and wireless entry tricks. So you want to always lock the door between your garage and your home. Treat it like a front door. Zip tie the emergency release on your overhead opener. It can be tripped with a coat hanger from outside. Install a sensor on your garage door that notifies you when it's left open. Use frost or blackout garage windows. Don't give criminals a visual inventory of what's inside. Use motion lights or smart bulbs outside your garage to create instant deterrence. A woman in Phoenix kept her garage slightly open for airflow while exercising. A man jogged by, noticed it, and came back 10 minutes later after she was done. He crawled underneath, grabbed a crowbar from inside, and forced the interior door. She was upstairs. He stole $3,000 worth of electronics in under 7 minutes. And we all love our pets, but oversized pet doors, criminals love those too. Burglars don't need much space. A 14-inch square pet flap can fit someone under 150 pounds. And if they can't fit, they can usually reach in and unlock a pet door. So use locking pet doors with electronic chips tied to your pet's collar, and avoid putting pet doors in isolated or hidden entryways. Visibility is key. One guy on Reddit shared how he lived alone with a lab. One night he woke up to his dog growling. Someone had crawled halfway through the dog door in the laundry room. Sliding glass doors feel secure because they're heavy and solid, but most can be lifted off their tracks or popped off with a simple screwdriver. According to security researchers, up to 25% of older sliding doors can be breached in under 10 seconds without breaking the glass. So some protection tips for you. Place a metal or wooden dowel in the bottom rack. This physically blocks it from sliding. Use anti-lift devices or screws to prevent doors from being lifted off the track. Install shatterproof film to prevent glass from being easily smashed. Motion-activated lighting by sliding doors cuts visibility for criminals. Smart plugs with lighting scenes near sliding doors create the illusion of someone home. A couple had their lights programmed to shut off at 11 p.m. on the dot. Same routine every night. A pair of burglars timed it for a night when the couple was out. They popped the rear sliding glass door and got in undetected. Now they randomized their lighting patterns and added a dowel rod. So garages, pet doors, sliding glass, they're like the backstage passes of home security. Out of sight, out of mind, and often wide open. Your job isn't to live in fear. It's to close the loophole. So now let's move outside. Let's talk about your yard, your front line in the fight for home safety, because criminals, they love the dark. They love overgrown bushes. They love homes that say no one's watching and no one cares. That's why your landscaping and exterior lighting are more powerful than you think. Not just decor, but deterrence. Lighting works because burglars avoid visibility. Studies show that well-lit homes are significantly less likely to be targeted, especially if the lighting is motion activated. Dark entry points equal risk-free approaches. A burglar doesn't want to trip an unexpected floodlight or be visible from the street or neighboring homes. A report from the Urban Institute found that outdoor lighting reduced crime by up to 36% in some areas, even without other interventions. You want to use motion-activated lights. Criminals hate sudden exposure. Place these around doors, garages, and side gates. Use smart bulbs with timers. Set your porch, driveway, and interior lights on rotating schedules while you're away. Use solar stake lighting. They're great for walkways, they're inexpensive, and they create instant visibility zones. And your backyard and your side gate are often ignored areas that need attention. Use dusk to dawn sensors or app-controlled smart switches and floodlights. A student shared that she had a rise in break-ins in her neighborhood. She was traveling often for work and hated leaving her house dark. So she installed smart bulbs that turned off and on a schedule, different rooms, different times. She also added a motion floodlight in her backyard. While 2 homes on her block were broken into that winter, hers was untouched. Why? Her house looked occupied, aware, and unpredictable. A listener DM'd me that they used their Alexa to turn lights on and off remotely while on vacation. They even set up random voice routines like, "Hey, did you lock the door?" through a speaker near the window. It freaked out a prowler one night, caught on camera, who took off the moment the voice kicked in. You don't need a fortress, you just need friction. And how about your landscaping? Think about it. Would you feel comfortable breaking into a house where someone could see you from 3 different angles? Now imagine tall shrubs blocking the front window, a tree leaning against the side gate, no light on the back porch. That's a burglar's dream. You want to trim the bushes and trees near the doors, windows, and walkways. You don't want any hiding spots. Think clear sight lines. Use hostile vegetation. Yes, that's a real term. Like barberry, holly, or rose bushes under street level windows. They scratch, they slow people down. And keep the yard clean. The toys, the packages, and tools all left outside suggest distraction. Another listener had a row of hydrangeas alongside the side of her house. They looked beautiful, but they also gave perfect cover to a side window. She didn't realize it until a neighbor told her they saw someone crouching there one evening. Nothing happened, but it was a wake-up call. Now the hydrangeas are gone, replaced with a row of thorny shrubs and solar-powered spotlight. Every trimmed bush, every lit corner, every unpredictable light pattern makes your home look aware, watched, and not worth the risk. Don't just beautify your yard, weaponize it. And let me say it plainly, visibility creates fear, and not for you, for them. The moment a criminal thinks someone might be watching, they hesitate. That moment of doubt, that's your win. Even a fake camera or sticker can be enough to make a burglar choose another house. So let's walk through what actually works, what's worth the money, and how to turn your home into a place that says something without saying a word. A study by University of North Carolina, Charlotte surveyed convicted burglars, and over 60% said that they'd avoid a house if it had a visible camera. Over 80% said they'd look for a sign of an alarm or surveillance system before choosing a home to target. Visibility doesn't just protect, it repels. Even a fake camera adds friction. A Ring or Nest doorbell, golden. Tips: use cameras at main entry points. Post visible signage. Store your camera footage in the cloud. Talk through your camera. Can I help you? It's a power move. And where you place your cameras matter. You want to place them at the front door. 30% of break-ins happen here. That's your first line of defense. Place them at the back door. 22% of break-ins happen here. It's less visible and it's often less secure. Place them at your garage and driveway. It protects your vehicles and signals awareness. And put them at your side gates and any dark corners. It creates visibility where criminals assume there is none. Use cloud storage over local SD cards. If someone steals the camera or wipes the SD card, your footage is gone. Cloud-based services give you access anywhere, anytime, and store it off-site. Two-way audio. Doorbell cameras with speakers let you interrupt someone in real time. Just saying, "Can I help you?" is a power move. Visible signage. Whether you use a full security system or not, post signs. Smile, you're on camera. Monitored 24/7. These add perceived risks, which can be as effective as actual risk. And smart doorbells, they work like a front desk. Even if you're not home, you can answer the door from your phone. Criminals hate that. Look for lighting and camera integration. Some smart cameras can trigger floodlights or alert you with motion notifications. That kind of layered response is golden. One woman couldn't afford a real security system, so she got clever. She bought 2 realistic-looking fake cameras on Amazon for $30, installed them over her garage and near the porch, added a monitored by security sticker on the window. Then she placed a motion light with a fake sensor beep on her porch. She's had delivery drivers and even a sketchy solicitor visibly react to the camera, step back, look up, and leave. Sometimes the illusion of being watched is enough. Another listener was shopping when she got a motion alert on her phone. Her smart camera showed a man pacing back and forth in front of her house, looking through her windows. She immediately called the police. By the time she got home, the guy had been questioned and scared off. Nothing was stolen because she got the alert in time. It's not just about cameras. Here are a few smart tools I highly recommend if you're serious about home safety. Smart plugs or switches. They control lamps remotely or create randomized lighting routines while you're out. Automated blinds. Open close blinds via app. They simulate daily routines. Smart garage monitors. Get alerts when your garage opens or is left open too long. And indoor cameras. Point one toward your front entry or main hallway. Not for paranoia, for proof. You don't need to spend thousands of dollars. You just need visibility control and a few well-placed tools. Let your home say, I see you, I'm ready, don't try it. And remember, safety isn't just about locking out the bad guy. It's about living with peace of mind before anything ever happens. But what if it happens? You want to be ready. Okay, you've locked down the outside. You've hardened the entry points. You've lit up your yard like a stadium. But let's talk worst case scenario. What if someone still gets in? This is where mental readiness kicks in, not fear, but strategy. You want to build a safe room. That's your last line of defense. You don't need a vault, but you do need a plan. Choose one room, often your main bedroom or a child's room, and turn it into your safe retreat. This is where you go if someone breaks in and you can't escape safely. Make sure there's an exit out of that room, a window or a door into another room or a hallway that you can exit through. You never want to trap yourself into a room. What to stock in your safe room? A charged phone. Flashlight, extra batteries. A legal personal defense item, whatever's allowed in your state. A loud key fob or panic button, the car alarm trick works. Emergency escape ladders for upstairs bedrooms. An extra set of house keys and car keys for quick exit or signaling police, and a smart camera or baby monitor so that you have eyes on what's going on outside the door. A single mom in Florida started receiving threatening messages from a stalker. She built out her master bedroom with a deadbolt, backup phone, and a small indoor camera. When he tried to break in, she hit record, called 911, and locked herself in. He was arrested before he even got upstairs because her plan worked under pressure. Here's the truth. Fear thrives in chaos. The more you rehearse, the more automatic your safety response becomes. So build your family plan. Who calls 911? Who locks the safe room door? Where does everyone meet inside the house? What's your signal if it's not safe to speak out loud? What do you do if you or your children are home alone? Run it, walk it, practice it. Monthly is ideal. You don't need to scare your kids. Just make it a game. Let's race to our safety spots, use timers, and reward preparedness. A teenager in Illinois used her mom's home safety drill after hearing glass break downstairs. She grabbed her phone, locked herself in her room, called 911, and stayed quiet. Police caught the guy still inside. She saved her own life because she knew the drill. Not every threat comes through a window. Some come to your front door or through your DMs. Let's walk through 3 massive vulnerabilities you might not even realize you're exposing. Never open the door to a stranger, even if they're wearing a vest, holding a clipboard, or pretending to be a delivery driver. If you're not expecting someone, keep the door shut. Use your camera or peephole instead. Don't announce your routine online. Burglars use social media. If you're constantly tagging your gym, posting beach pics, or uploading live vacation stories, you're broadcasting an open house. And talk like you're not alone, even if you are. If someone comes to your door and you're home alone, say something like, "Wait, my husband's in the back. Give me a second." Never admit you're alone. Another trick for single women is leaving a pair of men's work boots out on the front porch to make it look like you don't live alone. Or leave a large dog bowl or a large dog toy out where they can see it in the yard or on the porch so it looks like you have a large dog. Look, none of this is about paranoia. It's about preparation. Every plan, every drill, every lock you change and camera you place, it's one more layer between you and chaos. You deserve to feel safe in your own home and not just hope for it. So take what you learned and act. Build your safe room, practice your plan, and never, ever answer the door blindly again. Let your home say, "I see you, I'm ready, don't try it." And remember, safety isn't just about locking out the bad guys. It's about living with peace of mind before anything ever happens. We all want to feel safe in our homes, and we deserve to. But safety isn't a vibe, it's a system, and it starts with you. Add friction, raise eyebrows, be the home that says, "Don't try me." That's it for today, friend. If this episode made you pause, rethink your setup, or start scanning your front door differently, good. That means it's working. Remember, this isn't about living in fear. It's about owning your space and defending your peace. You deserve to feel strong, prepared, and safe in your home, in your body, and in your life. So here's what I want you to do. Pick one thing from today and do it tonight. Replace a lock, move a light, walk your home like you're seeing it for the first time. That one step could change everything. If you found this episode helpful, please subscribe, share it with someone you care about, and leave a review. It helps more people find the tools they need to stay safe and strong. And if you've got a story, a tip, or a moment where you trusted your gut and it saved you, email me or DM me at Range of Reality. Your voice matters. Until next time, stay aware, stay ready, and never stop protecting your peace.